Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today, we have a very special guest. We have Ralph Seppi, also known as Ralph the Movie Maker on YouTube. How you doing, man?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good. So I was talking to you a little bit before about Corona and quarantining and all that good stuff. And obviously, we can't go see movies right now. How are you doing, like, mentally not being able to go to the theater and watch
I'm
movies?
just watching old TV shows now, so I'm doing okay. But yeah,
There you
it
go.
sucks.
What specifically? What are you watching?
I'm watching Sopranos now, right now,
Solid.
right this
Solid.
moment. I was
Dude,
watching Documental before, which is on Amazon. It's like a Japanese show that's hysterical. You should watch that too.
Yeah, dude, I have a film teacher from high school who like Snapchats me, and he keeps going, dude, you gotta watch The Sopranos. I'm telling you. But so maybe I should give that a shot. But this has been good for me because I've been like catching up on the classics I haven't seen. Do the
hmm
Right Thing, Midnight Cowboy. I watched my first David Lynch movie the other day.
Good. What was
Um,
that?
I watched Eraserhead, and I followed it up with Blue Velvet.
Very good. Yeah, I
Great.
love both of those.
Which one do you prefer?
I love both of them. Eraser had a little more. I love that that's his first movie. Like, do you hear the backstory behind it? Like 5 years to make it. He had to keep that crazy hair for like 5 years. It's classic.
That movie was nuts. Like I knew that he was obviously like an avant-garde, abstract filmmaker, but he just went. He's just. There's no movie that matches that tone.
hmm
But yeah, great film. But so talk to us. What do you do for those who are watching and don't know who you are?
well, Ralph the Movie Maker. So I make movies. I have a podcast where I talk about movies too. I have the YouTube channel where I talk about movies too. Yeah, it's just a lot of film passion, and I try to monetize it any way I can.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. And I made a film like in college called Lover, which I managed to monetize somewhat, and it was successful. So
Yes. And I want to get in talking about Lover right away. And you finished that, I want to say, what, in late 2018?
yeah, I guess yeah, around
And it
there.
was a $10,000 budget.
It's a big blur in my head. I don't know. Yeah, $10,000 budget. Raised it on Kickstarter. I funded it when I was 18. Asking for like from kids and like family and friends and YouTube people.
Yeah.
That's
And
what raised it. Yeah.
do you want to just give like a quick synopsis about like what the film's about?
Yeah. It's basically a stalker movie about like a socially awkward loner guy who starts, I guess, falling in love or wanting to be around this girl, and it leads him down a very violent road. And yeah, I wrote it when I was 17 or 18, like around that area, and I funded it myself. And then I made it. I made it myself.
Dude, it's really sick that you're able to do that, especially at such a young age. I know like a lot of my audience, they're aspiring filmmakers and people who want to make their first debut film. So the fact that you're able to do that at such a young age, just crazy, dude.
Yeah, I was hanging flyers around Emerson trying to get people to audition and
There you go.
actors and actresses. I had
Yeah.
to do it myself, but it's hard. It's hard doing it, especially when it's just like an original movie that no one else knows what it is.
Yeah.
I wanted to do it, and it was awesome, and I want to do it again. You know,
Yeah. For sure.
each time it gets better.
Yeah.
Hopefully, hopefully you think so.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. Unless you're
You'll learn a
M.
little
Night.
bit from each outing. Yeah.
Yeah. But it definitely gave me like neo-noir feel to it.
Uh-huh.
It reminded me a lot of the movie Drive.
Uh-huh.
Like, did you
It's
have any films or filmmakers specifically that kind of stuck out to you and inspired you to make this film?
Joseph Losey was one. He's
Okay.
like yeah, British, like UK. And he did like Night in the City and some noir stuff, black and white, that I love. So that was a big influence. Yeah, Drive is another, like a modern one. Drive is a big influence on it. Like the soundtrack, like Trent Reznor, all that
Yeah.
teenage kind of feel. Yeah.
Yeah. And even the character of Howard felt a lot like Rye Gaz in Drive. He kind
Yeah,
of
the silent type. Yeah.
exactly the silent, mysterious
Uh-huh.
type. You don't know if he's a good guy or if he's a little sketchy. Well, I guess with Howard, he's a sketchy dude.
Yeah, yeah.
But
He's a sketchy dude. He's not trying to be as cool You know,
Yeah.
I wanted to like take that archetype, yeah, of like that driver kind of guy, and put a kind of more socially awkward, more like creepier version of it.
Yeah, and younger,
Yeah, younger.
because they're kind of college age kids.
Uh-huh. A lot of college age kids, because that's all I could get, right?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
whatever's in my resources. Like I act in my movies because I'm the only one who wants to be in them.
Exactly. And it's like whenever you're able to film, you're also able to act. Like you're there. You don't have to rely on a main actor, you know?
Yeah. And it's cool to learn because you learn the directing side then, and you also learn the acting side from acting yourself and like being that close with the actors that you're doing scenes with them. Yeah. Tori was great to work with. All of them were. Cam.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
like the film came out really good. I mean, the performances and visually it actually looked really, really good.
Oh, thank you.
Um, but you did do a lot of work on it because, as you said, you starred in it, you directed it, you wrote it. Did you edit it as well?
Yeah, I edited it.
So, like, out of all of those different roles you played, what was kind of your favorite, and which one did you find to be like the most difficult?
Hmm. Most difficult. I always think filming is the most difficult part, like the chunk, and that's the shortest. Like I spend years writing and years editing, sometimes
Yeah.
months, and like shooting is only a few weeks. This was shot over a year, but
Hmm.
even in that year, it's just like we film for a week and then we don't see each other for a while. It's not
Yeah.
that difficult.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the most difficult part. I think the most rewarding part is editing. I love editing, I think.
It is fun seeing it all come together, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. It's just like finally seeing it done. Like what was in my head is now there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
it's rewarding to see that, and it's rewarding to like cut it yourself and get it exactly right.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So
Yeah. They say you shouldn't. I don't know. There's that saying where it's like if you direct a film, you shouldn't edit it as well. But I feel like you just said, just editing it is so much fun after you see it
yeah,
coming together. You get
I've
to
never
make
heard
those
that.
choices. You ever heard that?
No,
No? Okay.
I've always respected like there's Trey Edward Schultz. He like edits his own movies and stuff.
Yeah. Like the
I
Coen
think it's
brothers too.
different. I think you definitely get a different vibe because it's like making a movie is like making it 3 times. You write it and then you shoot it and then you edit it, and like having one person do all that, it might be different than having like some original voice come in, like an experienced editor. You know, that guy uses like Avid and he has like all the shots like on a
Yep.
billboard or something, or
Yeah.
like a cork board, like one of those guys. He would bring something new to the movie.
Exactly. Yeah, and
So
it's all different styles, and too. I feel like a lot of times when you write the film and direct it, you kind of have an idea in your head already how you want to cut it together.
yeah, it's easier now for someone to just do all that, like streamline the process and do it themselves, and you get like different kind of movies out of it, more unique. Like they have an original voice,
Yeah.
and you can make them for less money, which
Yeah,
is
no, that's the plus.
yeah, exactly.
And another smart thing I think that you did is, well, it worked out really cool in the film too, but like you split it up into 4 seasons.
Hmm.
I thought that was really cool, and I'm sure it made it easier on the production side of things, where you didn't have this 2 or 3 block of shooting. You kind of just broke it up throughout the year. I thought that was really cool.
Exactly. Made it easier, yeah, to organize everything, even to write it. Because like I had never written something that long, and to have 4 chapters, like that's easier to write. It's like
Yeah.
you don't have to write 80 pages, you have to write like 25.
N-
And that
Yeah.
tells the whole story.
When you were writing it, did you write the whole film and then make the movie like the following year or whatever, or did you kind of write as you went along through the seasons?
Sometimes I wrote in little things like lines of dialogue, but it was mostly we wrote most of it before. I wrote most of it before, and we stuck to it.
Cool.
Stuck to it pretty thoroughly. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, another question about the 4 seasons, and I know this was like a big thing when I think you were kind of advertising for it and the first trailer came out.
Yeah.
Um, you had like 4 different, I guess you had black and white, and you had 3 seasons in color, I believe.
Like
And
4 different color palettes. Yeah.
yeah. So why did you decide to ditch that?
Because I decided to do that when I was like 18, and I thought in my head like, oh, it would be this cool revolutionary thing, 4 different color palettes. And then it's something when you see it, when you're watching it, you're like, this doesn't work. It's too
Yeah.
distracting. It's like watching 4 different movies, but not in a good way. It's like
Okay.
a little too far.
kind of just took away from the film a little bit.
Yeah. Like
Or,
I'd filmed Winter to be black and white, like everything in my head. So taking the rest of the movie, making it black and white, I'm like, I don't know. I didn't film everything to be black and white,
yeah.
but I just went with it and I tried to make it work, and it worked much better. It worked much better at the end of the day.
I don't know what it is about black and white, but I feel like if you put anything in black and white, it just looks so much better.
Yeah. And it
It
fit
just,
the noir tone of the film much better, which had
yeah.
always been there, even yeah.
Yeah, dude. Well, it came out good. Um, well, you talked about you kind of obviously low budget project, $10,000 budget. I know you were kind of interested in maybe looking into film fests, but I think you went the self distribution route. Do you want to talk about that? Was it difficult? How did that turn out?
Sorry, you're cutting out. Sorry. Okay, you're
Yeah.
back.
All right. All right. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Something about
Um,
self-distribution.
yes.
Yeah.
So self distribution, you kind of, I think you made up Blu-rays. You were selling them. You have it on streaming platforms right now.
Mhm.
How was that, and how did it turn out?
Oh, that was interesting too. So the film was successful for me. Like I'm able to fund other films now, and like Golden Hour because of that. And that's because I self-distributed it. I tried going the traditional route where people were like contacting me to buy it, and just they do it themselves, and they wanted to change the title. They wanted to, do all kinds of things to it that I wasn't happy with. They wanted to take a lot of the percentage of the money too. So like I went Vimeo on demand, Amazon, and then the Blu-rays. I literally just printed out 500 Blu-rays myself, and then like me, my mom, and my brother fucking packaged them all up and shipped them to like whoever ordered them.
Yeah.
Uh, and that worked out much better to do it all
Yeah.
myself.
And you
It
probably
was
cut
much
up
more
the middleman.
profitable for me. Yeah.
Yeah. And
It
I
depends what you want to do. I'm sure if you're making like a big budget, millions of people are gonna watch it or whatever. That's probably not the way you should go. You should probably get a distributor or something. But like I knew what Lover was, and like I knew it was very personal, and like I made it when I was 18. I didn't want it to be that. I didn't want someone to buy it and like for it to be another film like on a streaming platform or something. Like
yeah.
I wanted to kind of control the narrative of the marketing as well, because I knew how to sell it. I knew how it would work, and I think I did an okay job. I hope so.
Yeah. I mean, you already have the audience with your YouTube channel because you're above what 600,000 subscribers at this
Yeah, that too. I had an audience already, so that helped. It made me a little more confident in being able to do that.
Now, are you still selling Blu-rays, or are you done with that? Are you sick of sending them out there?
Oh, I'm sick of sending them, but yeah, people still buy them.
Oh yeah,
They
okay.
buy both of them. Yeah, thank God, which is great. Um, I wanted the movie to be like easily available too. Like you can get it on Amazon for $5, I think.
Yeah,
Um,
I think I watched it on Vimeo when I watched it.
yeah, like a lot of people watch it on VOD too. And like Golden Hour too, I just put that on YouTube for free. Like I want people to just watch it. I didn't care. Like I'm young. The
Yeah,
point is to be making tons of money. Like I
yeah,
just want to get myself out there. So yeah, that was nice.
that's cool. And you want to talk about Golden Hour a little bit for anyone who doesn't know what that is?
Sure. Um, that was it's basically the plot of The High, which is a movie I made when I was 16. It's like a drug dealer comedy movie I made. It's a mini series technically.
Yeah,
Yeah. I shot it with a few friends of mine in Long Island. It's about that.
I liked that movie. It was pretty fun. I liked your character in that one, just like very offbeat and different.
Yeah, very goofy.
But you,
I
you
want it
definitely
on a smaller scale like that. And I want to work on other stuff now that's like bigger scale because I can do it now. But I like doing stuff like that too. I liked acting it too.
yeah, well you seem to have a very like distinct style, and even like the genre that you focus on. Like you kind of go for that crime thriller genre. Do you ever see you like breaking out of that? Like what other genres do you want to explore?
Yeah, because I don't just want to do the same crime movie over and over. But I love doing it. Like I find all that so interesting, and I grew up around similar things, so like I know how to make it a little more authentic. Um, but I want to do a horror movie. Like I think horror films are just great. Of course, there's like a drama,
Yeah, yeah,
Always talking about like genre movies that are crazy. Those are fun, but yeah, to just direct a drama would be good.
definitely. Is there any like horror directors that like influence you? Or, like, what are your favorite horror filmmakers out there right now?
Yeah, right now, if you want to count Robert Eggers, I guess, but
Yep,
he's like, he's out there.
definitely. He's got a style of his own. But
Uh-huh.
I would consider Robert Eggers horror. I mean, he did The Witch, and The Lighthouse in its own way was kind of a horror film.
Yeah, like psychological horror, like
Yeah.
thriller kind of. Yeah, I love Alien, like Ridley Scott.
Yep.
All that. Yeah, I feel like I should have a long list, but
No, that's fine.
I
That's
agree with
fine. I
you.
mean, I'm putting you on the spot with that question. You can't just think of them right away.
Yeah.
But, all right, I have a really, really cheesy question for you. Get ready for it.
Alright.
I'm all about the cheesiness on this channel. But so Spielberg had his moment. He had his epiphany. Was younger. He was playing with his train, filming it or whatever. I don't even know what the hell. But basically, do you ever have a moment where you're like, I'm gonna become a filmmaker, or did it just kind of not naturally happen?
No, I don't know. Like I always wanted to make movies. I never saw myself as like wanting to be a filmmaker or anything. I just enjoy the craft or like whatever, whatever you want
Yeah.
to call it. I just enjoy it. But like I don't know. The idea of what a filmmaker used to be was like Spielberg, like a guy in a chair with the megaphone or whatever. But now, like, all you need to do is like make a film and put it on YouTube or something, and you're a filmmaker. Like
Yeah.
anyone can do it. It's so easy and so cheap, and like people are so creative. I think that they could offer something their own original voice. And I've talked about so many bad movies that are just awful, and it's like there's so many people I know who could write something better, and they
Mhm.
don't. They never do because they don't have time or whatever. They don't have the money, but now it's cheaper. So like anyone could be a filmmaker, anyone could do anything.
Yeah.
So it's like, why not? Like I have no respect for people who don't, or at least don't
Yeah.
try.
It definitely seems like we're coming into that time where it's like really good to be kind of the low budget, micro budget filmmaker, because like
Yeah,
with the technology we have and how cheap a good camera is, and even you could use your phone and make a movie. It seems like it's really like the time for that.
exactly. Not that those big movies are bad, but
Exactly.
kind of lose that voice when you're working with $200 million when it's Jurassic World or whatever. It's cool to see like what technology can do, but if
Yeah.
you can't compete with that, you might as well tell a really good story that no one else can in a way that's like really original.
Yeah. No,
Or,
I agree with that. Like
Mhm.
Fast and Furious 27 is awesome, but when it's the only thing playing at your theater and you only have 3 movies you can watch and they're all like
Yeah,
reboots or remakes, it kind of sucks.
they want some variety, I think, audiences. And like movies like The Lighthouse did well, so clearly they people want something like that.
Yeah.
They want that experience.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah.
All right, and I got my last question for you. So, as I said, like this channel's kind of catered towards aspiring filmmakers and kind of amateur filmmakers. So, do you have any advice for any aspiring filmmakers on what they can do to make their first feature film?
Oh, there's like a lot. First of all, I'm in no position to give advice.
You are though. You are though.
I'm not I'm not that great.
But you made a feature film. You run a
Yeah.
successful review channel. Like give yourself some credit, dude. You're
You're
pretty
right.
cool.
You're right. Um, well, you need a lot of money. You need to save up money. That's no joke. Like even if you want to make like an indie film, you need to rent equipment and like I made some mistakes, so like buying equipment instead of renting it. Like I could have saved some money there or something else. Mistakes like that. Um, yeah, gather as much money as you can.
It's all about the money.
Yeah, and like take your time. Like write something really that you're really passionate about. Like it should just kind of ooze out of you. I don't know. I really enjoy writing. Like that's why the scripts are long. It's a good thing to like take your mind off and like be in a different world and write something like
Yeah.
separate from what's going on in your life.
And
So
it sounds like you for Lover, you kind of like went towards your strengths.
mhm,
Like you wrote stories. It sounds like personal stuff that you can relate
yeah,
to.
personal, so like very small scale. Like it's just in a few rooms with a few people. Like because I know what I can get, what I can't. I can't film a car chase or like anything like that.
Yeah.
I'd like to one day. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, cool, dude. Thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I should ask you some questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, have a good one.
Yeah, you too.